not letting the things that don't serve you get the best of you. Like keep your composure and just remind yourself that you are not your emotions. Welcome back to another episode of the True Authentics Podcast, Season 2, The Authentic Mindset. In today's episode, I'm here to discuss with you guys about mastering your emotions. And when I say mastering emotions, I mean really analyzing and realizing and understanding your emotions. And I feel like today's episode is just really, really special because as me, for myself, I struggle with mastering my emotions, not day to day, but I used to be very, very terrible at it. I'm very expressive, and I usually not really afraid to express how I feel at the moment. And I used to be very, very bad at expressing how I used to feel. I used to be very toxic, I would say. So I really wanted to add this episode in today's season, in this season, because I really just wanted to touch this subject because I feel like I'm not the only one who just goes through this. I'm not the only one who struggles with understanding their emotions and just analyzing it and accepting it. So I just really wanted to add this episode, and I really want to add this subject in this podcast because it's very deep, very important. So let's go ahead and dive right in. And I just really wanted to discuss with you guys about understanding your emotions, understanding that you're human. We're all human. We all face with emotions. We all feel how we feel, and we have every right to express how we feel. However, as men, sometimes we struggle with expressing how we feel. The only way we do express how we feel is through anger, it's through frustration, it's through stress, and it's like there's always more than one form of expression. There's always one form of emotion. And I just wanted to touch on the fact that it's okay to express any type of other emotion. It's okay to be expressed that you're happy. It's okay to cry when things are going to hell. It's okay, because at the end of the day, we're all human. We all feel how we feel. Nobody can really put their shoes in how we feel because they're not us. But that doesn't mean that we can't fully really feel how we feel and be afraid of what others may think because of the stigma of this world that we may have. So I just want to remind you guys that we're all human. We all have emotions, and we're supposed to express how we feel at that time. But there's levels to it. There's always levels to things. There's always levels to the shit. So it's like there's levels to expressing your emotions. There's a level to understanding your emotions and not letting them consume you. And when I say not letting them consume you, I really mean such as like your emotions really just can get the best of you. Your emotions really can dictate your life. When it all comes down to it, your emotions can really dictate your life and just the actions that you had during that emotion that you felt, And that goes for just people doing things that is literally one step away from ruining their life. People that are probably saying things to their boss that shouldn't be said but was said because they were upset and their boss made them angry. Probably relationships that ended that probably could have ended. Now you're just looking back at things that you probably could have done, and just things in that nature that leads into regret. I know for me and myself, I used to really put holes in walls. I really used to crash out, as they would say now. I really used to crash out when I was upset and angry. But now, since I've been actually having results of me crashing out back then, and just the backlash of just like me really crashing out, and how embarrassed if I really think deep down into what I've done, I'd be embarrassed because the things that I've done, I know that's not me. That's just my emotions bringing the best out of me. And I just want to let you guys understand that we're not our emotions. We are not our emotions. And emotions is just one thing that we have as humans. But just because we feel this way at this moment don't mean that dictates who we are or what we should be doing. That's just an emotion. An emotion, it just passes by. And I just want you guys to understand that sometimes, like for me, I even have triggers. I have emotional triggers. I just get quiet most of the times now when I do get triggered, and I ask for space and just for a lot of space, just for me to analyze how I feel and accept how I feel, and just to talk about how I felt at that moment. But I used to really crash out. I used to really assume. I used to just get upset at things that I think I heard, and I didn't really hear that possibly. or it's like I felt this way at this moment and that's not how I really feel, and I just said it out of anger, but I can't take whatever I said back. And that's because of the triggers. That's probably because of something traumatic that happened back then that somebody probably did, but they didn't even know that happened. It just triggered you because you felt like somebody did that, and with that result you are lashing out, you're getting upset, you're crashing out because in your mind you felt like what this person did was personal, and now for your emotions, how you felt, you understand that we can't just take anything personal all the time. We have to understand that when somebody does things, that's their actions, and our reaction to that action is going to be the result of what happens next. And we can't let our reaction dictate their action on. That's how people be manipulators. That's how I would say. That's really how when you face manipulators, it's like they wait for you to have a reaction to that action that they've done. And once you've done that reaction and it's not a good reaction, they're going to flip everything on you because it's not right. However, you were still in the wrong of that action. And at the end of the day, you guys can avoid that by simply feeling how you felt the moment, not crashing out, but feeling how you felt, take a step back and actually let them know how you felt, to where now you see if they do try to flip it. Now it's like, okay, hold on, because I'm just letting you know how I feel, and I'm coming to you straightforward. So it's like, why are you trying to flip it? So just thinking of scenario, because that happened to me. I was in a ongoing relationship and this things kept going in a cycle. And for me, I just wasn't the best person that I could be. I wasn't the best person that I saw myself being. So I had to take myself away from that relationship. However, I did things that I really couldn't take back. And I had to analyze and accept the things that were done to me and actually come back in a emotionally mature way and inform them how I felt. And once I felt like that wasn't respected, then I opened my eyes. It opened my eyes to me understanding different perspective of, okay, now I'm still feeling this type of way, but I'm actually communicating and I feel like I'm the only one working it. So now I do need to step away. And since I've done that, I've been happier. But it's like just getting away of things that doesn't serve you and not letting the things that don't serve you get the best of you. Like keep your composure and just remind yourself that you are not your emotions. And when I simply say keep your composure, and sometimes people do things that may seem personal, but they still do it, and you have your own perspective on what they've done. You have to understand that you might need to change your perspective a bit, because you can't keep looking through a lens with one perspective. You have to look through a lens with multiple perspectives, and you get to see that you have that open mindset, that open clarity of, okay, maybe this person didn't cut me off when I was driving because he didn't like me. Maybe he was just in a hurry and he had other things to do. And now I'm not going to take that personal, because that has nothing to do with me anyway. That's between him and God. So now lately I've been taking things personally, and now I've been saying things like that's between him and God, because at the end of the day, that action is not going to get a reaction out of me, because I don't truly know what was the full purpose of that action. I'm not that person. And I know me. I'm secure enough to know that even if things affected me, even if things hurt me, I'm not going to let that get the best of me. I'm going to feel that emotion. I'm going to cry if I need to cry. But of course, I'm going to cry behind the stage or behind scenes, or like to someone that I can open up to. Or I'm going to get mad and vent and just like, no one say explode, but it's okay to like vent and do things to where you can like just express yourself in a way of not necessarily negative, but express yourself in a way of you just being frustrated. And sometimes that's you getting it out. It's okay, as long as you're not harming anyone. With that being said, we go with managing negative emotions. We have to understand that, like I said, we have to accept how we feel at the moment. We have to accept our emotions. As much as we hate to feel mad, as much as we hate to feel sad, as much as we hate to cry, as much as we hate to just have that discomfort, we have to accept our emotions, because we're human. We're the only living beings that can really feel our emotions and express it. And we have to understand that we have the power to express our emotions, but that doesn't mean we have to express our emotions negatively. We have to navigate that negative emotion as an acceptance. We have to accept that, okay, I feel like this. I feel like shit right now. I feel like I want to cry right now. But it's okay, because that gives us the gratitude of when we feel better. It's like, okay, like I feel good. I should take this in. I should feel happy, because I feel really good after the long day I just had last week or yesterday, or after the hard work I put in and the blood, sweat, and tears I put in, and now I see the result of it. And with you just having that emotional intelligence, that resilience, this every trait that comes within just feeling within your emotions, and you had that resiliency of still going and still leading to success and still finding that end goal. It's like, okay, I just overcame this. And I feel like when you overcame your emotions, it's like overcoming a mountain. It's like climbing a mountain. You felt how you felt, and it was painful. It was very painful, but you were disciplined enough to know that, okay, this is how I feel. Let me accept how I feel. Let me know, like, what can I tell myself that I can do to help me not only analyze how I feel, but help me understand why I feel this way. And not necessarily what can I do to prevent it, but what can I do to understand that it's okay to feel this way. So just understand that you're human, and that emotional intelligence is just the main key. That emotional intelligence is really that main key. I'm a living testimony when I say that, because like certain situations, like I said, like in my previous relationship, like ever since I've just had emotional intelligence of just not exploding, but just simply analyzing everything and just understanding how I feel, and understanding that, okay, I'm not my emotions. When I am mad, that's not me just being an asshole. That's not being mad. No, I need to understand that, okay, I need to take a step back. I need to chill. I need to get away. I need to understand why I feel this way and help myself, because at the end of the day, I can help myself and understand why I feel this way and how can I help myself get by it. So it's like really gaining that emotional intelligence. And ever since then, I've done that. I've just been in so many scenarios to where I could have exploded, but I didn't. I firmly talked it through. I firmly get to just analyze my emotions and discuss how I feel at the moment. And even when I have something going on with my sister and we'll get into a little something, I'll take a step away. I'll come back and be like, hey, this is how I feel. You made me feel this way. I apologize if I said anything that makes you feel this way, to make me feel this way. But I apologize, and I know what you said isn't personal, and I get that, because at the end of the day, nothing is personal. People only do the things that they do because off of their perspective, off of how they are living, not because of you. So that means jealousy, envy, people stabbing you in your back, people cheating on you. Like, all of that is off of how they see the world, not off of how they see you. So that has nothing to deal with you. So don't let your emotions get the best of you when their action just gets to you. Okay, because at the end of the day, we don't want that result to be the end goal or the end game for you. We don't want that result we don't want you to crash out and do something that you regret. I don't want you to, because at the end of the day, I just want you guys to understand that you're human. You're human, beautiful human beings, and you have to just understand your emotions and feel them. And then as men, yes, as men, we have to understand and feel our emotions. And I know that's so cliche, yada yada, but we understand that we're human. Like, we're human as well. So just keep analyzing your emotions, keep feeling your emotions. One thing that I normally do is I usually journal. I journal like every 2 weeks, at the end of the month, I would say. And I just talk about what I could have done with my everyday life, what could I have done daily, scenarios I've been in, what I could have done different. But just writing helps me analyze how I feel day to day and just my emotions, and I just seen progress. I've been very happy lately. I just been very excited, very happy, just because all the opportunities I see out there in the world, and just looking day to day to get better. So I look at every scenario, everything, every challenge in life as getting better, and that goes such as my emotions. And when I'm feeling how I feel, I go sad, mad, depressed. It's like, okay, this is how I feel at the moment, but this is not who I am. This is not me. I'm going to keep being Buddy. I'm going to keep being Jeremiah Foster, and I'm going to keep working and trying to reach my goal despite how I feel. But I'm going to analyze how I feel, accept how I feel, because I know it's just an emotion. It'll just get by, and I'll understand why I feel that way. And I have been doing that. I really have been doing that. So with that being said, y'all, I just want you guys just to keep understanding your emotions. I just want you guys to keep accepting your emotions, accepting who you are as a person, and once again, understand that you are never your emotions. You just feel how you feel in the moment, and you have every right to do that. However, that don't mean you have every right to react how you want to react based off that emotions. So just think about it, okay? One action can lead to a bad result of your whole life. So just continue to be smart, continue to have that emotional intelligence. Just continue to be yourself, like I said. And with that being said, y'all, I love you guys. Peace.